He was surprised I wasn't with my boyfriend, and that caught my interest. I asked him, "Why are you surprised?" It was like it's a normal thing nowadays for ladies to be living with their boyfriend. And sincerely, my eyes popped out because hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I'm so happy once again to be bringing something very hot, like hot gist. That's what the channel is all about. Bringing to you hot gist as it happen. I tell you. So guys, before we go on in this video, please subscribe to this channel. Like, do it now. Don't postpone it. Procrastination is the thief of time. So don't do that. Just hit the subscribe button now and click the notification bell so every time I post a video, you'll be the first to be notified. Alright, so guys, something happened to me sometime around last week. I think it's last week, not last week, yes. So I was at work and a colleague of mine, a guy, we got talking and he asked me if I was living with my friend. And I was like, no. And he was surprised. Can you imagine? Like, he was surprised I wasn't with my boyfriend. And that caught my interest. I asked him, why are you surprised? It was like it's a normal thing nowadays for ladies to be living with their boyfriend. And sincerely, my eyes popped out because there are loads of disadvantage doing that. Like, there are so many disadvantages doing that, especially to the lady. I mean, like this, before I take a step, I will calculate it well. Before I go into a further discussion, let me tell you something that happened just yesterday, something very similar that made me to make up my mind I was going to share the story with you guys. Another guy, a colleague of mine, we closed from work and we're walking out, we're about going home. So we're going to sign out first of all. And we just got talking. And I was like, Praise, when will I visit you? And I'm like, please don't come and visit. I'm not a fan of visitors, like seriously. And he was like, now, just don't let me visit you. I said, there's no need. What are you coming to visit me to do? You only stay at work. And he looked at me and said, Praise, sure you don't go agree for me. Okay. The truth is, this guy has been having a eyes on me for a very long time now. But I don't want. And the guy said something to me like, Praise, sure you know the guy you are dating may end up not marrying you. I had a friend, a girl, who dated a guy for 7 years, like 7 years, and the guy did not marry her. When I heard this one, hey, now, I got interested. Like, I wanted to know what would make a lady and the guy stay for 7 years and did not still get married. So I asked him to gist me now, tell me how did it happen. Not because I like gossip, of course I don't like gossip, but then when good stories are coming through, keep your ears down. So I kept my ears down to get those gist. So we finally signed out and we were walking home. Thank God there was a little distance before we get the vehicle that will take us home. We are going to 2 different places, but we take the vehicle from the same junction. So that gave me time to get the story. So this is what happened, guys. Hey, God. 7 years. When I spent 4 years in school, did 1 year in service, that is 5 years, and I'm done. I'm a graduate. That's what supposed to say. Spent 7 years in a relationship.
God have mercy upon us.
Are you in the university? Okay, let me just tell you the story, how it all happened. So this girl, according to my colleague, this girl got into the relationship with this guy during her own service year. She went for service in another state. So she got into the relationship with this guy at the beginning of the service, just like 3 months into the service, she got in a relationship with this guy. And at that time, she was living in the hostel. Okay, during service time, there's this thing that churches do. They provide hostel for their members, not just their members, even those who are not their members. So she was just living in one of those churches' campus. So she was dating this guy, and when she was done serving, she decided to stay back in the town where she served. Like she didn't want to go back home because her parents were not well to do. In fact, her parents struggled to sponsor her in school. So she felt like, okay, since she's done schooling and she's at this place, let her just look for work around. Where she served, she wasn't retained in the place. So she looked for work and she finally got a work. Now, there's something that churches campus do. They don't like chase you out immediately you finish serving. They can still give you up to 3 months or 6 months. And where she was staying, they gave her 6 months. So while she was working, she was saving up money so she could rent an apartment after 6 months. She was still in a relationship with this guy, and this guy loved her so much.
Oh my God!
I can't tell you everything he told me, but then I'll tell you a particular thing that happened. I feel like, this is love. Like, this is love. There's nothing you want to tell me. So this one of this he did for her that made me feel like, I know this guy really, really loves her. Something happened during that service time. Before they finished serving and she got the job, something actually happened. She had a major accident that crippled her.
Oh my God.
Now, it wasn't a permanent condition, but still all the spending was on the guy. Like, the guy paid for all the hospital bills. Did not stop there. He paid somebody to watch after her. Like, he was paying the girl weekly to cook for her, do everything for her. Even like took permission from his workplace to stay with the girl while she was in the hospital. Not every guy will do that for you. They can give you money for spending their time with you. If they do that, my dear, it's a big sign that this person really loves you. So this guy really loved the lady. He did so many other things, but let me not go into that. Let's just continue the story. So now, she finished serving, she got a job, and she was saving up from the salary so she could get an apartment after 6 months, because 6 months was the maximum they can stay in that hostel. So you get. So after 6 months, she finally got a room, a self-contained room, nothing, not really big, just okay. The toilet and bedroom, the kitchen, the room was just comfortable. And still the relationship with the guy, the whole thing continued. 2 love birds. That year passed, the second year passed, the third year also passed. Coming into the 4th year, the guy started talking about marriage. And they were like, okay, let them get married. And the girl accepted, of course. They were so happy. So they were just walking towards the wedding and all that when the guy had a major financial problem that almost wrecked him. Hey! He invested in the money in something that happens to be a fraud, and that took a loss from him. So he just paused the wedding thing. Now, they've not met their parents. They were just planning it in between themselves. And I know that thing that the girl will get engaged and she begin to plan the wedding down already. My wedding dress will be this, my shabby color will be that. You know, that kind of thing. So it's not like they've met their parents. They've not met their parents yet. So the girl was like, okay, they should pause the wedding preparation while he tries to get up financially again. So while he was doing that, trying to get up financially, the girl lost her own job. And she lost her job at the wrongest time. What do I mean? Her rent was to expire, and losing her job, she didn't have savings. Why she didn't have savings wasn't because she was spending so much. She had younger siblings to train in school. Her parents were not doing well, so she was always sending money home. So responsibilities were on her head. That's why she couldn't save. And now that her rent was about to expire, her job was gone, she had no place to stay. She was left with 2 options. Number 1 was to go back to stay with her parents, which she didn't want to do for any reason. Going back to the village, no, she didn't want that. And the guy also offered her his place. She should come and stay with him for the meantime. And she didn't also want to do that because she's not a fan. She doesn't believe in staying with a guy, like staying with her boyfriend, you know. But at that point, she didn't have an option. So she decided, not even that she didn't have an option, because when she told my colleague about this thing, like my colleague who happens to be her friend, The guy said no, she should not do it. Instead, she should look for a girl that's her friend and go and squat for the meantime, you know. But she refused. Was like, no, no, my God, my baby said I should come and stay in this place. We feel bad and all that. And she went to stay there. And that's the genesis of their problem. So, they started staying together. And another thing is, in their relationship, surprisingly, I know you might not believe this one, but that's just the truth. I believe my colleague on this. The girl believes in not going intimate with a guy when they're in a relationship until they are married, and she has kept to it for the years they've been together. Fine, there were times they crossed boundaries, but she withdrew. Like, she had this consciousness of, no, I shouldn't get intimate with a guy that I'm not married to. Okay? But when they started staying together, tables turned around. Like, she was always at home. She had not gotten a job. She kept on looking for a job. So she was always at home, just doing the home chores and everything like that. Sometimes the guy comes back and feel very tired and frustrated because he was facing financial problems now. And one day, in an attempt to calm the guy down, they did what she has made up her mind not to do. You know, they got intimate. And that one night thing resulted to her getting pregnant. Now, the big problem is the guy refused to take responsibility. You were expecting the guy to be happy as far as somebody wanted to get married to already, right? But the guy said no, he wasn't ready to be a father. And secondly, his own father will not spare him for having a child outside wedlock. His father happened to be a pastor. The girl was like, so what am I going to do? And the guy said, abort the baby. The girl started crying because she was very scared of abortion. But the guy kept assuring her, nothing will happen to you, nothing will happen to you, just abort the baby. We cannot get married if you are pregnant. So finally, after a very long time, she agreed and she aborted the baby. They continued living together. The lady was still looking for a job, but it wasn't too long after the abortion she got a job. Now, she was about to just leave the house after she got the job. Like, she wanted to just leave immediately, but on the second thought, she just got a job. It's not like they paid her any salary. So our guy said to her, just stay, save up before you move out. And she was like, I'm not comfortable here. She was like, why are you not comfortable in your guy's house? You know how guys can be now. Like, to just sweet talk her to continue staying. So she kept on staying. They got intimate again. You know, it's actually very hard. That's just the truth. See, let's still accept the truth. For somebody that you're emotionally attached with, staying with the person in the same house, morning and night, it's hard. So things continue like that. At some point, it became normal. And unfortunately for her again, she got pregnant. This time around, she made up her mind that she wasn't going to abort the baby. But guess what? A guy said to her, abort it. If you don't abort it, you cannot get married. And the girl was like, why now? Let's just quickly marry before the pregnancy starts showing. I told her, my father is a pastor. And before we get married, he's going to take us for a medical checkup. So we cannot hide it. And once he discovers that you are pregnant, he will not wed us. At that point, the girl felt helpless. So she aborted the game. And this was already the 6th year of the relationship. Now, entering the 7th year, unfortunately for her, she still got pregnant. But that's when the problem that actually led to their breakup happened. She got pregnant, agreed to abort again. In the process of aborting this third one, she lost her womb. Hey! But the guy was encouraging her, don't worry, I'm still here for you. Whether you have a child or you don't have a child in our marriage, I'm still here for you. I know that this whole thing was my fault. The girl was encouraged. It wasn't too long, the girl's mother fell sick. So she went to the village to take care of her mom. And when she came back from the village, because she came back surprisingly, like normally she was supposed to stay in the village for like 1 month. That was what she discussed with her guy. But just after 2 weeks, she felt like let her come back and pick 1 or 2 things. And on her arrival, yeah, man. So Sorry, I'm laughing. It's not funny actually. But then on arrival, she met a guy with another lady on the bed, and you should know what they were doing. She almost fainted. She confronted the guy, and the guy was not even remorseful. Like it's weird. Not that it's weird. I feel like it's wickedness. The guy wasn't remorseful at all for what he did. Instead, he threw insult on her. And one of the things he said to her is, I cannot marry a woman without a womb. Oh God. Can you imagine? She losing her womb wasn't not because of him. That wasn't the only thing he said to her. He said so many other hurtful things. And that's how they broke up. After 7 good years. That's very heartbreaking. Okay, so let me go back to the initial thing I told you about a guy, a colleague of mine, asking me if I was still my boyfriend and why I totally against it. It has a lot of disadvantages, and one of it is what I just told you in this story. Like it happened to somebody. It's not like I'm telling it happened to this lady 7 years. Now, why I feel it's very bad is because see guys are internally motivated. Now when you start staying with them, you start giving them everything that a wife should be giving them. You cook for them, you wash for them, you iron their clothes, you even still give them what they should only take when they marry you on the bed. So what will motivate them to marry you? I feel like it's not good. Like, fine, the guy also has his own advantage, but the lady bears it more. And that is why I will never advise a lady to stay with a man. Yes. And I also think that's one of the reasons why many ladies are still single. Yes, even if he engages you, he puts a ring in your hand, doesn't grant him the right to enjoy wife benefit from you. Not yet. It's just a ring. Ring, nothing more. Even if he puts a ring in your hand doesn't mean you start staying with him. Or even doing some of the things you do. Sincerely, it doesn't mean let him marry you first. When he marries you, then you can do all those things. And lastly, avoid living with a guy that you're in a relationship with or you're engaged to. So if I have not married you, don't stay with him. This it, fine, but stay with him, for me it's a no. And that is the end of this video. So guys, so many other things happened while I was talking down my colleague, like so many other gists came up. But you know now, I can't give everything in just one video. We're going to talk about it in other several videos, and that is why you should subscribe, and also click that like button. It's very encouraging to see you liking my video, and feel free to throw in your own opinion in the comment section. Can you relate with the story? You know somebody that this kind of stuff happens to. What do you even think about a lady and a guy living together? What do you think about it? For me, I think it's a no. What about you? See you in the comment section. Love you. Bye.